While he may be a top star in WWE, Seth Rollins has not always had the best reputation, be it among fans or talent. This is Wrestling Up, and here are 10 wild things said about Rollins. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Up and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Rollins had posted a picture of a forest with 3 people wearing black robes with pointy masks or hats to complete the look on Instagram to help promote the Boy and the Bear coffee. Rollins faced immediate backlash and deleted the picture. They were supposed to be pics of witches, but fans said they were pictures of Klansmen and have since alluded to him being a racist. One fan came out in his support saying Rollins was one of the first white athletes to say Black Lives Matter publicly. Y'all know that wasn't the KKK he posted. Rollins responded with, "It was witches for a creepy coffee thing I'm helping a friend with. My apologies if anyone was confused. F the KKK, F racism." Last year, after Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch awarded her Raw Women's title to the winner, Asuka, as she announced her pregnancy. In controversial fashion, Jim Cornett said he felt sorry for Lynch's fiance Rollins, saying this about Becky having children while at the peak of her career. "She's got plenty of time left. What would you do if your wife came home and said, instead of making $1 million next year, I'm gonna just be a raging jerk for the next 9 months, then give you more to worry about around the house?" Rollins took exception, saying it made me lose a lot of respect for someone who a lot of people had already kind of lost respect for, and I was still holding on to hope that there was a personal connection between Jim and I that he would think twice before making just some egregious comments about women about my wife. I can't forgive them. I don't even want to repeat them. Rollins had said he had no interest in ever facing Matt Riddle. Riddle also made disparaging comments about Rollins. The origin of the heat was Riddle's wife calling Lynch and others in WWE straight, skinny, jiggly fat. Since then, the post has been deleted. A fan who had spent time with Riddle during the Survivor Series weekend of 2019 said throughout the entire weekend, Riddle talked crap about Rollins, and how he never evolved, how he did not take care of his opponents in the ring, how he was stale. This was not just one conversation, it was every time I saw Riddle that weekend. The two are said to have put the past behind them, though. Some have suffered injuries at the hands of Rollins, with even Bret Hart calling him out for being unsafe. When facing John Cena, Rollins had a knee that broke Cena's nose. As Hart claimed, he knees him so hard and so recklessly and so dangerously he could easily kill somebody with a knee like that to the face. It's a testimony to Cena. A, he finished the match, and B, he didn't get a shotgun and shoot Rollins when he came through the curtain. Rollins responded by saying his fellow WWE stars did not take Hart's comments too seriously and made jokes about them. In the future, Rollins injured Sting, ending his WWE career after a buckle bomb. Sting did not blame Rollins for the move, though it continued with another power bomb against the barricade in a match with Finn Balor. Seeing the eventual winner of the match injured, Balor won the Universal title but had to vacate it thanks to his hurt shoulder. Fans blamed Rollins as Hart spoke out. "I take no great pleasure in saying I told you so, but if you're a pro wrestler and you keep hurting people and or yourself, clearly you're doing it wrong. I wrestled a very realistic and physical style, and not once in 23 years did I ever hurt one opponent. Rollins needs to improve his technique and become the safest. I saw this coming. If anything, WWE producers are negligent for not speaking up about it to him. Instead, they're probably gushing with joy, slapping him on the back, telling him great job." PJ Braun, formerly the partner of Caitlyn, said Rollins sent Caitlyn pictures when they were married. Caitlyn would apparently dismiss the pics by saying Rollins was simply a flirty guy. This caused a huge rift between them, and he promised he would rip Seth's arms off if he ever got a hold of him. Rollins was sending, "While I was still married, I'll call her my ex-wife," naked pictures of himself getting out of the shower. "I saw it one day, it caused a huge fight between me and her. She was like, that's just who he is, he's a flirty guy. He even got in trouble for having his junk out on Twitter." I'm like, he knows that you are married. What is going on? Since Caitlyn was seemingly not bothered about the accusation and Rollins has not responded, the matter remains unclear. Rollins, as Universal Champion, was standing up for his fellow WWE superstars, talking about the high quality of the wrestling content in the company. Then Will Ospreay chimed in saying that while he was alive, there was no one better than him. Ospreay talked about how he had been far more active and had more matches than Rollins in 2019. Rollins had a blunt response asking him to compare bank accounts while talking about how he had a month off with a broken back. Ospreay responded, "You love adding stuff, don't you? I mean, the original question was, find anyone else alive who does what I do as well as I do it as often as I do do it. No talk of money, no talk of Ricochet, you said anyone. Here I am, just as consistent, just as good. Hope the back heals up. Ospreay went on to say, it's a little bit of friendly banter. I love Rollins, he's one of the best. But you asked, find me someone alive. As far as I'm concerned, I'm breathing. The last time I heard about an amazing Rollins match was his one against AJ, and if you can't get a good match out of AJ Styles, you should leave the planet. I'm still here, and I think my run this year, not just in New Japan, in the Indies and everywhere I've been, I don't do a terrible TV match, I just go hard every single night. If you give me an opportunity to show what I can do, I do it. The tweet about bank accounts drew the ire of fans, with Rollins apologizing. There was a time fans were excited about the future because it looked like Rollins was teasing a feud with CM Punk through his tweets. Rollins tweeted to Punk asking him to fight. Punk responded by saying he was an analyst and was going to talk about wrestling and the good, that is the evolution of women's wrestling, and the bad. Rollins seemed to take that as something of a shot at him, and asked Punk not to talk about him, but fight him. Punk went on to say, Seth needs to stop tweeting and realize it's better to let people think you're a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt. Punk also said that Rollins was trying to use Punk to stay relevant. Rollins responded, but if he wants to come on our show and run his mouth about me and a company he's had no part of for the last 5 years, then I'm going to stand up for us. This is a place that has given me everything. Of course I'm going to have its back. I'm not going to let you push it around and push me around and act like you're so cool. You couldn't bust a cherry in a fruit fight. I want to make some money, so if Punk wants to talk smack, I've invited him a million times to come to my ring, where you can't hide behind anything, no desk in LA. Come on, let's do this thing. Vince McMahon was apparently furious at Rollins for teasing a feud that WWE could not deliver on. The biggest controversy surrounding Rollins remains about some private images of his and his ex-girlfriends. First, a nude selfie of Zara Schreiber, a model and a wrestler for NXT, popped up on Rollins' Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The picture appeared on the WWE website as it picks up tweets from their top stars. Rollins was dating Lewis Schultz, and in response, in what seems to be revenge, she posted naked pictures of Rollins on her own Twitter account, captioning them Zahara, which was a misspelling of Rollins' ex. Schultz went on to write several posts on her friend's Facebook page where she mocked Rollins and quoted things she thought Rollins had said to Schreiber. I hate my life and my fiance. I just wanted to run away with you. All of the pics and Facebook posts were soon deleted. It was an accident, as Rollins said the images were distributed without his consent, as he had split from Schreiber in 2016. WWE circulated a memo asking wrestlers to not talk about this. What made it wilder was that Zara had been terminated by WWE after Instagram posts surfaced from 2012 that featured swastikas. And these were wild things said about Seth Rollins. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.